And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, where we're playing on as Neutron Flats, and we're at the beginning round 70. 79 with one decision. And a bunch of military choices, really. Completed that promise. Discovered water soil recomposition. We'll probably research soil water recomposition. Not because it's a tech we want, but because it's a tech that unlocks prerequisites to things that we want. Because we're going to want synthetic fuel, we're going to want carbonization. Because we've got lots of water, so being able to make power from water is great. Well, we got lots of ability to mine water, right? And synthetic fuel is a good way to turn power into fuel. We got these guys surrounded on all sides. Pile in, please. Form them there in the wrong neighborhood. It's not all going our way. We are taking a couple casualties.
Mission accomplished.
We lost 2, getting rid of 16. But for the moment, that means the road is safe. And this militia at this point needs to go back to town because it's old. Could spread out a little bit down here. Let's see if we can get this guy encircled reasonably well. Clear that guy out, I will. Okay, so that guy's pinned down. Secure our road. So while this is the interesting pocket, this is not anything I'm really worried about. March there, bring the motorized vehicles around, and carry an attack. Let's see if we can clear the pocket.
Going in. Operation
Yes.
successful.
I'm not too worried about them trying to go up and around the formation here, so... Other than the awkward component of the fact that I've got the HQ out in front of the units, we're not really going to move these guys very much. So yeah, secured a road, secured that. May if we don't need any reinforcements anywhere. It doesn't look like we do. 1 reinforcement, okay, that's not that bad. Let's see if we can get a tank and a motorized artillery for support purposes. Oops, that was not the guy I intended to move. Don't worry, by the magic of cheek movement, we just move him back. Okay, these 2 new units are going to get changed to the 8th MG Brigade. So we'll go and support those guys. And the 8th, if everything goes well, we'll clear the pockets out, and then we'll probably put them into sieging down the city here.
Okie dokie.
Don't want random danger. I could probably tolerate the random danger, but we're not going to tolerate it. We're just going to make it not happen. Supply base done. Random line done. Solar panel done. Other one will finish next turn. Supply base will finish next turn. Will need to be upgraded again. Supply base takes 2. Supply base takes turn. Industry's fine, recycling's fine. Okay. Well, recycling was delayed a little bit. But with everything else going on, I'm not surprised the mine got delayed, or the recycler got delayed a little bit. And we're starting to lose food again. Interesting. I'm not going to expand the farm right now. Well, we'll see if it's continuing. If it continues and we drop like 2,000 or something, we'll upgrade the farm again. Definitely go from farm 3 to farm 4 without too much of a problem. Now comes the research. Radiation filters are 64% done. Is about a 200 BP research cost tech. Puts it on par with combat armor. And we move those guys. Those guys are where we want them. Yeah, okay. Yep, I think we're done. So we're just gonna flick through the cards, figure out if there's anything we want to play. Spend our copious political power. Oh, major diplomacy. Yes, we should do some major diplomacy. We'll trade with these guys.
Okie dokie.
We're definitely not gonna take a non-aggression pact because at some point we're just gonna probably declare on them. Take their stuff. Okay, we don't have any cards we need to play on the other one, so that's it for the moment.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
And some spies in them. And some spies in them to give us an idea of what the territory holds. And we are getting some lakes on this map. It doesn't appear to be any maritime trading houses as far as we can see. So apparently we got lakes and not oceans. What's the price of metal? Expensive. Really expensive. Well, good thing we have plenty of places to salvage. And apparently our own metal mine, so we're gonna have to make our metal, not buy our metal. Slipped around behind us there. A little annoying because it's cut off the supply to the brigades in the north there. We lost 300 infantry for 400 killed.
Mission successful. Bring in the tanks. Operation successful.
Okay, so both pockets cleared. So as annoying as the penetration in our line is, it is not going to be a sustained threat. Yeah, you see the poor guy who got attacked. They fought valiantly and stopped the attack, but did take damage for it. Okay, I think we'll do that. Do that. Do that. We'll give a little bit more to the Foreign Affairs Interior Councils.
Order acknowledged.
It cost a little bit of our research, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, we'll help you. And oh yeah, these war markers have so many troops. Stop the road up there. Look, there's a little more access. And this guy is continuing to try to walk out of his encirclement. We probably want more than one attacking. Okay, if he walks out again, we'll just back off because we're running away from our supply line, which isn't great. Doing roads here, we'll build the road out to there. We'll push this road to here. Good scientific corporation, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, I think we have everything passed with them besides scientific corporation, so that's fine. And spy-wise, what did we learn from the spies? Okay, so that's a big glacier running along the lake here, all the way out to here. Marketeers. So it's a narrow but long remainder of the territory. So basically a glacier running between the lakes here. It's gonna kind of interfere with going farther south. And this non-aligned territory to the west. Okay. So at some point we'll have the road go around the glacier instead of through the glacier, and that'll be fine. Let's embed a couple of these in the new units.
Okie dokie.
Keep the readiness up.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Or in a way, maybe to get it up in the first place.
Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
Then we got some blinged out units here. Reduced readiness lost. Helps troops keep their readiness. Also gets more credits. Oh, able to get credits from salvage. Nice. We got some very vicious wasps. Virus suit does not protect you. Okay. Metal's running a little bit low, and we already worked out it's not cost effective to buy more metal. Any shape of the word. Construction coming along well. Supply base done. Needs to be expanded.
Yes.
And supply base done. Needs to be expanded. Solar field here is maxed out. So if we want more power, and we may need more power, we'll see. Then we need to build it on different hexes. Which is fine. We can build it somewhere. Basically, this railroad is going to end up being all the stuff that can be on the main hex, but isn't because we don't need a second one or whatever. Okay, let's see how this guy reacts to being encircled. And then we need to push the new MG brigade forward. 8th MG brigade forward. Let's see if we can try to get next to the city at this point. On the next turn. Yeah, proceeded to walk out in the encirclement again. Okay. Suffered no losses nor made kills. We have one decision. Okay, so we're not going to keep pushing face after that guy. On the other hand, this guy here who's walked into the encirclement is about to have a bad day. Because that's a tight enough encirclement. He isn't slipping the knot this time. Yeah, let's have you take over the HQ. And then have you take over for the HQ. Let's try not to get the HQs involved in direct combat if we can. Okay, that guy's basically self-encircled himself. We just reorganized around him. You haven't quite pinned that guy down, but in them trying to get to him, they've actually encircled themselves worse. Do you have enough readiness to do range attack? No. Oh, yes.
Fire! Yes.
Okay, lots of stuff going down. I think it's due to probably overconsumption, to be fair. A little surprised the petrol's going down, but then we presumably just we've got a tank unit running around at this point, so tanks drink. Tanks drink a lot. Reliable systems function at the same time, yeah. Improved way of working stress.
Order
We'll let both
acknowledged.
happen.
Copy that.
Supply base is done. It doesn't need to be expanded. Recycling's done. The industry is probably what's eating up all the metal. That's why the metal's probably going down. And all the supply bases are drinking petrol, right? So we have an asset on that hex, yes. So let's build more recycling facilities.
Yes.
They don't cost a lot of metal, and when they're well, we've got the industry points, right? So we can actually run roads out to them at this point. It wouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yes.
This gets us more metal, it gets us more petrol. As well as allowing us to see whatever cool goodies come from the artifacts that we're pulling in. Okay, so get that guy next turn. We'll probably push the tank into fighting here next turn. We'll get that guy next turn. Yeah, making some progress. It constantly is seesawing back and forth between, I think we're going to make a lot of progress, to the warmongers pull more troops out of thin air. I'm like, where do all the troops keep coming from? But to be fair, they're probably coming off of this guy's border. We're being scary enough that they're pulling off the other border to come to our border, so that's at least my immediate assumption. Okay, they can have the glacier. If they want the glacier, they can have the glacier. As long as they have a toehold, so we don't have to fight up the escarpment, we're fine. Okay, don't like that we lost the road there. Yeah, that's annoying.
Buenos dias. Guys like us.
Four-way attack. Supposedly really good odds for us,
Let's
so
go.
we'll go in. Yep, really good odds for us.
Operation successful.
41 sub-units destroyed for the cost of 1. So yeah, a little annoying that we've lost the road here. That does basically mean that these guys have to sit on the defensive posture, because otherwise they're going to use up all their bullets until we take the impediment out of the road. There is a chance that this guy's going to wander off the road, in which case we're not actually going to fight on the road, and that would be good.
Order acknowledged.
You're asking us to participate. Very tempted to say, no, that's your business, but that's just going to piss them off, and it's not really going to get us anything. We're going to stress the need for more research. Okay, no new orders here. We're waiting for techs before we upgrade the infantry. Construction-wise, was stuff delayed? Yes, stuff was delayed due to in-outs on the metal. Okay, so stop queuing more things up. Well, stop queuing up things that use metal. Regular metal. Could do rare earth metal fairly easily. So if I want more power, and we don't need more power though, so hold off on that. Yeah, this fight. Don't bring in the HQ, but the rest of them can attack.
Going in.
There we go.
Mission successful.
Okay, so in this case, we can definitely happily run sealed road. We'll allow that unit to advance. Oh, we lost that one as well. Okay. We don't really need that hex right now, but it's a bit of a shame that we lost a road there. And then replacements, right? So 3 units of grunts. And 1 unit of machine guns. I'm actually getting a little worried about the water income. A couple different ways I can do it. I can build another mine on a new hex. And actually, I will build another mine on the new hex, because this mine's only got 25,000 left in it. We got a 300,000, like 2 hexes off. So we'll do the 300,000 for the second mine.
Yes.
That'll solve the water problem. Food appears to be getting worse, so let's also upgrade. I said I wasn't going to build more stuff because we were having metal issues, but apparently I am changing my mind on the fly here. Well, we don't need more that power anyway. Do cabinet retreat. Probably actually makes sense to do war games.
Copy that.
So we'll amp the
Copy that.
military as much as possible. We'll grab more money because we can. Let's actually go both governors. Oh, I forgot we had a slave trader. Let's up your budget to... because we're quite rich. Let's up your budget to like 100.
Standing by.
And if everything kind of goes according to plan, we're going to have a bunch of metal that we can sell to the market. That's apparently incredibly hungry for metal. And then I suppose if we've got a slave trader, we might as well call him up and buy some pops. Yeah. It's a little bit of shame that metal is ferociously expensive. Okay, they walked off the road, so while we didn't get supply that turn, we will get supply on the next turn. We now have apparently 2 automated clinics, so we're going to go and dump both one in both zones. 2 clinics, we got 2 zones, so both zones get 1.
Yes.
You get a clinic, and you get a clinic. There we go, they're encircled. That little monster will not be running around anymore. I am not so heartless to put an artillery unit on a hex by itself. It's a very good way to lose it, to have our artillery unit get pooped. The big benefit of artillery is that they don't get attacked unless you run out of frontline guys. Which of course means the moment you run out of frontline guys is a bad day for them. So we got decent industry. I think a lot of our construction projects are delayed due to the lack of metal. Yeah. The industry, which was one of the major sinks of metal, is done. So we'll give it another turn. I think when those recycling facilities come online, we'll have plenty of metal. But for the moment, we got surplus industrial points. And a shortage of metal. Very tempted to deploy another brigade, but we don't have the metal for it right now, so I'm gonna wait for our construction products to finish. So we got a pocketed guy. At least he's not full of trucks, and thus can't just go vroom and drive off into the sunset in the rear. He might get over to the road over here, in which case that's just encircling himself worse, so it's not too much of a problem. In fact, there we go. He's not escaping. Worst case scenario, the HQ gets attacked, but I'm much less scared of the HQ taking it to the face. from an encircled person than I probably should be, to be fair. Okay, so clear those 2 pockets. Those guys will get back out in the front, and we'll look for weak spots in the line to attack.
Copy that.
Efficiency drive, which generates enough money that we can run what we were doing with all the zones, which gives me 100 credits a turn. I don't think we got any luckier with those pack. Well, we got another friendship pact, which can roll. Okay, we can make that work. Shadow Diplomat. Is the Foreign Affairs Counselor better, or is it the Advisor who's better? Ah, okay. So when we change the Foreign Affairs Counselor, detach the Advisor. So we got 40 here on the level. So he's getting 85. The Advisor, who we'll go and attach, he's got 69. So we should attach it to the Foreign Affairs Advisor.
Understood.
Attach you to Director of the Foreign Affairs Council.
Okie dokie.
Now, when we look at Friendship Pact, we have a 39% chance of success.
Okie dokie.
And they accept. So that means if anyone declares war on these guys, or I'm not sure if them declaring war on people will drag us in, but one of the ways we'll get involved in a war with them, with other people. I think it's defense of the force that drags us in. Anyway, I don't like how close they're getting to the city. I'd like to be the one to take the city. But we should be getting moving again once the supplies come rolling in, so hopefully everything will be fine. Looking at the time, this should probably be the last end turn of this part. It's fairly early at night, so I think I am going to, unlike the last couple nights where I only recorded 4 parts, we are going to go for a full 5-part stream. So if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. There will be one more part being recorded. If you're watching on YouTube, because I'm recording one more part, there will be a part up tomorrow. Which should mean that if you're watching this on, well, watching this on YouTube, there should have been a part, the next recording should have actually been last night. From future me should have already recorded the next part, if that makes sense. Whereas the next part, which will be recorded in this stream, will actually be tomorrow's. And then, obviously, that should mean there should be one the day after that. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. We're going to pick up at the bottom of round 84, where we have 2 decisions in the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, that will be after I take a quick stretch of the legs. So with that, wish you all the best of luck, good time. Catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.